Welcome to Spintown, everyone. As you can see, I'm in the Big Cobble Bitch again, as usual. And I wanted to address some questions that people had about my mining techniques and my digging, and how some people still don't think I did all this without cheating. Well, as far as cheats go, I don't use mods. I have none installed. I don't even use texture packs. I like to keep the old school look even. Um, I guess the only thing you could say I'd use as far as cheats would be some of the teleport commands. I use back if I die inside this building, or if I die like right next to my home set. Saves me time from walking to get my stuff. But if I do die and I'm out in a cave or on some kind of adventure and I don't think I'm going to be able to get my stuff back, or there's some question about whether I would get it back, then I do not use the back command. I will TPA to a player if they're close. But other than that, I just lose that stuff. Because I think there needs to be some consequences to dying and taking some chances in Minecraft. And the back command really just eliminates any consequences of dying for the most part. Unless you die in lava. Lava's the one exception. But I figure if I die inside my building here, this is my home set. My home set is on the other side of these trees. So if I die in here, I know it's just a fact that I'm going to be able to get my stuff back. So I will use the back command just to save time. As far as the digging goes, all this was done with just regular mining techniques. I use a stone pickaxe most of the time. I was using diamond for a while, but I used up most of my diamond supply, or at least all of it that I was willing to use in digging. And so I've gone back to using just stone. I keep one diamond pickaxe on me right here for when I come upon items that can't be mined with stone, like redstone and other diamonds and gold, that type of thing. But I don't really use it for just the stone, getting all this stuff out of here. As you know, I've had slaves help me dig this stuff out. MMP, Crazy Kick-Ass Kate, George is dug in here, Lizzie's dug in here, Tormund's dug in here. Payton has recently became one of my new slaves, and so has Sickness. So, and there's been other people that help dig in here. I don't want to leave everyone or anyone out, but it's hard to name everyone. There has been instances where I caught slaves cheating, whether it was using God mode. I mean, some people use God mode in here, but they weren't using any other cheats. But to me, that's enough of a cheat to where it's going to annoy me. And I've actually had Zach go back in here and basically throw in a whole bunch of stone. Fill up the areas that was dug out with cheats with just plain ordinary stone. And to me, that makes it even harder to dig this out when I catch somebody cheating and have to fill it in. Because this little section right here, which I know has not been filled in by Zach or anything, and there's still ore and minerals and stuff you can get out of this section. But if this was taken out with cheats and I found out and had to have Zach fill it back in with stone, you lose any of the minerals and materials that you could have gained by mining this out legit. So when I catch somebody cheating, it really is annoying. I don't really get mad at anything that happens in Minecraft, but it just makes it take a little bit longer to finish the job in the end. I don't like people to fly in here when they're mining. I consider that cheating, and I would fill in stuff that if I found out somebody had been using that. No super pickaxe. Really, no nothing as far as cheats go. It's just me and my slaves digging. I do have certain techniques I use when digging. It's not very complex, but it's just pretty straightforward. I like to pick out a section each day, and I don't like to stop mining until I get that section done, whether it takes me a half hour or an hour. And the reason I do that is because if I just start randomly digging somewhere, it's hard to stay motivated to digging because you can't really see progress being made because it's such a huge area to dig out. So you got to pick out small sections and make it basically a new challenge every day. So like today, froze up there for a second. Let's see. I was going to work on this chunk down here. I was not going to take it all out. As you can see, I've started like just a 2-block wide little ditch there I've been digging. And I was going to dig that all the way to the bottom. It's not a very big section that I was going to work on today, but I don't have a lot of time. I've been really busy with work and other projects, and I need to be able to get some other stuff done today. So I picked out a small section, and see if I can get back down there without dying. There we go. Jump. Okay. Now, I think some of my slaves have been digging around here too, because I don't think I did this, and there was another section, that big old square that was dug out right over here. I think they've been working over here. But yeah, I would just, there we go. Very straightforward. Dig one row at a time usually. And just go until it gets to the bottom. And when I get to the bottom, I had accomplished maybe a small goal, but I made some progress, and it's progress I can actually see. So I don't lose, I stay motivated. I don't lose interest. I do think I'm going to be able to finish this legitimately. I do not plan on cheating in the future. If I don't finish it, I just don't finish it. But I am not going to work on anything else until this is done. So this can either be my next project that I finish, or my last project I ever finished in Minecraft. Maybe it was the Pixel Museum. Who knows? If I never finish this, yeah, the Pixel Museum is the one and only thing I ever finished in Scotland, because I ain't going to build anything until this is done now. Oh man, I'm lagging. And that really stinks. When you're building on a small little ledge like this, and you start getting block reversion, it's really easy to get knocked off the side when they come back in. I think I might be crashing. Alright, welcome back. Apparently my internet connection is just really bad. It wasn't the server, I don't think. And when I rejoined the game, it put me in that little cave right there underneath where I was working. And I had to dig straight down to get to the ground, which is where I wanted to go. Because the other thing I wanted to show you was these little doorways you see, these little openings in the wall, what they're for. Essentially, when I was making the walls here, I would fill in any little hole or cave I would see on the other side of where the cobble would be with dirt. And I don't use cobblestone for that. I use only dirt, because you can't find cobblestone. Get out of here, slime. You can't find cobblestone naturally in the game. And I want the terrain around here to look fairly natural. I don't want it to be... so that's why I don't use like cobblestone to fill in all this. I got tons of cobblestone. I could fill all this in easy with cobblestone. But, that would look stupid if somebody was randomly mining and they just came upon cobblestone. They might think they found a spawner or some other building somebody had been working on. So I'm going to use dirt to fill all this in. And for the larger caves and holes that I came across while making the walls, I didn't really want to take the time to fill it all in with dirt at this moment. I will do that when I'm done digging out the main hole. I will come back and fill all this stuff in with dirt. So this whole cave here, in the future, will be filled in with dirt. Now, a lot of people, well, most sane people, wouldn't bother with something like this, but I'm so like OCD about things that this bugs me. Knowing this cave connects to my building, it really annoys me. So again, this is something that's going to take probably a month to do, and now I'm just making the cave bigger, but I'm going to get this coal here. But it is something I do plan on doing, and I'm not going to use Zach's cheats or anything like that I know he would do for me if I asked him to, probably, because Scotland has become, it's not like a purely creative server, but there are certain cheats and mods that it's become kind of okay to use, and that's fine if players want to use that. It doesn't really bother me, as long as I'm still able to play my way and play using my own rules for mining and digging. People who want to use those cheats are fine. Just don't do it on my property. And my Minecraft property. It's like I own this. This is my land. If anybody owns it, it's Zach, but you know what I mean. This is where I do all my stuff, so I call it my property. But anyways, that's the only other thing I can think of mentioning as far as my mining techniques when I'm like working on the cobble bitch. There are certain mining techniques I use that I can maybe talk about in another video in the future that I use when I'm like mining just for minerals. But you know, the big cobble bitch, you know, I don't really mine for minerals in here. I mean, whatever I get, you know, while I'm digging is great, but I don't have any techniques to find it, because all this has to go, so it doesn't really matter what technique I use, because in the end everything has to go no matter what. So, and yes, Travis, I am still recording. So I can't really think of anything else. If you have any questions about my mining technique, with for instance like why I don't use TNT to get rid of all this stuff, it's because if I got to get rid of it in the end, I would like to be able to at least get the minerals out of it. So if I use TNT, it destroys the minerals. And getting TNT isn't all that easy. I mean, if you're Mac, it's fairly easy. You know, if she has a dupe machine or she has creative mode, she can get all the TNT she needs to get rid of all this fairly quickly. But I don't use that stuff, so getting all the TNT needed to get rid of this would take just as much time as it would for me to just mine it out regularly. So TNT isn't really going to help me speed things up, and it's just going to cause me to lose the material I would get from mining this with a pickaxe. But if you have any other questions as far as mining in the Big Cobble Bitch, or anything related to the Big Cobble Bitch, or my projects in Spintown and in Scotland, feel free to ask. I will try to answer them in future videos. So, thanks for watching. I appreciate you guys staying tuned. Now that the contest is over, there will be more contests in the future. One actually starts next week for another free Minecraft code. So, anyways, thanks again, and goodbye.